On like this, and I wear this with my glasses, and I see pretty good. Hi everybody, this is Sharon, and welcome to episode 12 of the Sampler Style Flosstube. Hi everybody, and this is episode 12. Thank you so very much for all of you watching and subscribing and making comments. Thank you again so very much. I would love it if you would give this episode a big thumbs up and a subscribe if you haven't already. I will be talking a lot about samplers every week. So just a little bit of catching up since the last time I recorded. I had cataract surgery about a month ago, and I had my right eye done, and as you can see, I have no glass in this glass lens. I have glass over here. I am very nearsighted. Everything is blurry if I don't wear my glasses. I've been like that since I was in second grade. And he was able to correct my vision in this right eye, and I am now 20/20. Which, if you've never had sight issues or nearsightedness or had to wear glasses, you probably couldn't really appreciate it. But I really appreciate it because it's really tough not being able to see. And I can't believe I can see 20/20 out of this eye. Now up close, it's a little tougher. So I thankfully discovered that Amazon has a very nice selection of readers, and I am able to see my stitching. I had to do a lot of experimenting. So after my surgery, I have a myriad of stitching solutions. Like I said, I wear my prescription glasses to see distance and somewhat close up, because this lens corrects my everyday vision. But the only way I could see to stitch initially was to wear these. Now I bought these a while ago. They come with a bunch of these interchangeable lenses. This is the second to the strongest. I think they come with 4. And so it goes on like this, and I wear this with my glasses, and I see pretty good with this on, up close. So that was working for me for a while, but then it gets tiring after a while. I mean, it's a really good solution, but it gets tiring after a while. I'll link to this down in the show notes. I can't use magnifying glasses, like the big ones that come with a light. I have a light with one on it. They make me kind of ill. So that wasn't a good solution. So I experimented with some reading glasses, and this has nothing to do with stitching, but I look at my computer a lot. So what I do is I put these on over my other glasses, and I can see the computer. Oh, I can see the monitor now. I couldn't see it before. So I can see really well with these. These are a +1 to see the computer. And then my iPad is a little bit closer to me, so I got these. These are a +1.5. So they work pretty well. And I'm pretty sure that once I get my progressives, once my second eye is done, I won't need any of, hoping I won't need a lot of these. I mean, they're cheap. They're like 2 for $10. They're not expensive. I exercise outside a lot, and I like to look at my phone, so I got these. These are bifocal sunglasses. They have you probably can't see it, but there's a bifocal lens in these. And so my reading with my new eye is a 2.5 here, like close up. So if I hold my phone here, 2.5 is perfect. So these are great. I probably won't even have to get prescription sunglasses. I'll just use these. And what I've been using lately are these. These are a +5 for stitching, because I like to hold my stitching right here so I can really see the holes. So this is a +5 glasses, and I popped out the lens. So this eye sees up close perfectly, and this eye doesn't now because I had the surgery in it. So I have nothing here but a +5 here. So when I take these off and put them on, I see up close really, really well. It kind of matches. It's not perfect, but it matches good enough so I can see to stitch. So I don't have to wear these anymore. So, but I've been spending my days taking glasses on and off. It's a little nutty, but I'm getting by, and I'm able to stitch. Oh my gosh, so that's really cool. So once I get both eyes done, I have a pair of +5s with, they came together, because whenever you order readers, they come in sets of, you can get like 5 pairs, which is, why would you need 5 pairs? I don't know. I guess 1 in every room. I don't know. So these are the ones I'll use after Wednesday when I have my second eye done, and they'll have the strong +5 diopters in both eyes. So when I go to get my progressive lenses, I won't be able to stitch with those prescription glasses, but I'm thinking maybe I'll get an extra pair of bifocals with maybe a +1 on top so I can see my computer, and then a +5 on the bifocal. I don't know if they can even do that. If you're in the eyewear field, you may know, may not know. I don't know if they can even do that. I will ask. So we shall see. I definitely want a good pair for computer viewing, because I probably spend half my day sitting in front of the computer doing work. I have a small business. So anyway, that's probably more than you wanted to know about eyewear. Sorry about that. Let's get into the stitching, shall we? So I have pretty much been monogamous pretty much for the last 6 weeks. I've stitched on a couple other things here and there, but I'm going to show you my focus piece, and I was hoping to get it finished sooner. So I think I had my surgery on February 23rd, and I started monogamously on this piece I'm going to show you right after that. So about maybe 6 weeks, 5 weeks I've been working on this. I'm almost finished with it. It is Winter Rose Manor. Okay, you guys, look how beautiful she is. She is stunning. I'll hold her back here. So this is on 36 count, Lakeside. I believe it's vintage pecan butter, which is a tan, like a grayish tan with a slight pinky purpley hue to it maybe. And I think it came out amazing. Now, I had many problems with this piece, and it's my fault. I don't know if I just had trouble seeing it. This fabric is not the easiest to see, maybe because it's a little dark. I don't know. I mean, I find some fabrics are harder to see than others. I'm sure you find the same. I had to rip this. Okay, I pretty much had to rip. I had this entire border finished, and I had to rip all of this side out and redo it. I had to rip all of this side out and redo it. Not all of this side, maybe from here down. I had to rip, I think, the bottom out, and I had to rip this fence out. So pretty much half of what I had done, I ripped out, because I think I talked about it last time. I was off by half a stitch here, and it just wasn't working for me. It was driving me crazy. Oh, and I was off on the bottom. So I had done the fence before the house, and the fence was up one stitch too high. And it would have thrown the whole thing off, so I would have been done with this if I didn't have to rip so much. Super frustrating, but I want it to be right. So then I was really happy. I started the fence again over here and went back over here. I'm off a half a stitch on this side. I have no idea where it is. I looked, and I'm not ripping any more out. I don't care. You can't really tell. So if you look at the fence, I hate when I'm off half a stitch. It's the worst. It is the literal worst. So right here, where this flower meets the fence, it should be one full stitch, and it's off by half. And I'm super annoyed by that, you guys. Really annoyed. So, you can't really tell. You can't. I can't really tell. I mean, you can't, because it's light and it's fine. I'm just gonna let it go. But other than that, I love how it came out. It's beautiful. So what I have left to do, I have this snow right here on the bottom. I have a motif that I had to rip out to put back in here. And I have some snowflakes and hearts and things and initials, and I will be done. I'm thinking another week. Maybe 2. I don't know. We'll see. Because I have to have surgery Wednesday, so I won't be able to stitch on Wednesday for sure. The house was so fun. I love doing fill-in stitching. Love it. So this house was awesome. So here are all the colors that I used. I substituted Sampler Peach by Color and Cotton for the Conch by Weeks. I used pretty much a full skein. I only have a few strands left, but I actually ordered a second skein just in case. So I have a whole second skein left. If you're stitching this house and you want that skein, just send me an email, sharon@knitstyleyarns.com, and I'll sell it to you or whatever. We'll work something out. But I love it. It's great, aside from the ripping. And that is Winter Rose Manor. We're redoing a lot of our house. It's high time. There's wallpaper that needs to come off. The wallpaper is beautiful, and I really like it, and it's been there forever. It was there before I moved in, but it still is in good shape. But I just want it off. I want everything back to paint, and we have plaster walls. I live in an old farmhouse, so these samplers are going to look beautiful hung. The house is in really good shape. They just, we're having the wallpaper taken off, the walls skimmed, the ceilings need work, so we're going to have those done. I might have some new lighting put in, some recessed lighting. So I am excited to get some of these pieces framed and redecorating, for my living room hallway area. So that's going to be fun. All right, so I have some other things to show you. I did have a new start because, yeah, let me talk a little bit about new starts and what you stitchers, and I'm a new stitcher, so fairly new, about a year and a half. I'm going to refer to it as market. So market is very interesting. I come from the knitting world. We do not have anything like market in the knitting world. Designers release their patterns throughout the year, and most knitters either find out about them by going into a local yarn shop or on a website called Ravelry.com. And most of the patterns are released in the fall, but there's no event really around it. There are festivals. The biggest festival is actually in my backyard in Rhinebeck, New York, called New York State Sheep and Wool Festival. And many designers will release patterns to coordinate with the festival, but nothing like Nashville Market. I mean, there were, dare I say, at least 1,000 patterns released. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea of the number. If any of you know, let me know. But I saw so many patterns released, and the pattern releases coordinating with Rhinebeck in the fall, which is our biggest fiber festival of the year in the knitting world. There might be 5 or 6, maybe 10. So nowhere near market. Plus, knitters in general buy PDF patterns nowadays. I mean, occasionally if you go to a local yarn shop, you would get a printed pattern, but usually the shop owner will get it off of Ravelry and print it for you. In the stitching world, I'd say most of the patterns are still in booklets and leaflets, which is fine, probably a lot less easy for people to steal, you know, which I am not down with. Even though I make working copies, I would never share. So it's very interesting to me. So did I buy anything from market? No. I know there's things I really like, and I can't, in the knitting world on Ravelry, I have like a wish list. I can keep it all together. You can do that also on 123 Stitch. I do that very often, but some designers aren't there, so I have running lists of things that I like. So yeah, that's very interesting to me. I didn't purchase any market pieces, charts, but I did purchase a few of other things that I'm interested in. So I love stitching with one color, and there is a chart designer that has a lot of one color huge patterns that I'm very attracted to, and that is Long Dog Samplers. So I wanted to start a long dog. I wanted to at least buy a chart or whatever. So they actually have PDF downloads, which is my favorite because I stitch everything from my iPad. It just works for me, or my phone. It just works best for me. So I'll either scan a chart in there, or I love a good PDF download. So Long Dog Samplers has PDF downloads, and I'm trying to decide which one I wanted to do. I found a pattern that I thought was really cool, and I'm going to show it to you right now. Here's the pattern. This is Templar Prophecy. I believe that it's what it's called. Yeah, the Templar Prophecy. And I just think it is the coolest. Very medieval. So I thought to myself, you know, my son would really like that. because he is into all of that sort of thing, like medieval. He likes medieval video games and all that stuff. So I actually made the mistake of showing it to him, and he's like, "Oh, Mom, that is the coolest. I love that." And right now he wants to take down a wall hanging in his room, and he said it would go perfect right there. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm starting that. Unfortunately, I have a small start on it, but I didn't get far because I really am concentrating on Winter Rose Manor. He knows that it's going to take me a couple of years to get it done because I'm really only working on it during lunchtime, and I haven't worked on it in weeks, but I'll show you my small start. So I love stitching with black, and this is another black stitched project. I have 2 going right now, and here's my small start. It is on Picture This Plus Ale. And I just started up in the left-hand corner. And I love it. It's just, patterns and diamonds and shapes and zigzags and super fun. And I'm really enjoying it. So it's, again, 36 count. It's easy to see. I love the color, the ale. It's a beautiful brown. Dark tan, and I'm thrilled with it. So that was my new start. Next thing I'm going to show you, this is my other black sampler. I have not kept up with this, but I will. As soon as I finish Winter Rose Manor, this is going back onto my frame. This is Modern Folk Embroidery's Mystery Sal for 2022, and I love it. So I finished January and February, and I just have a very small start here on March, and March is exactly the same as this right here, except mirrored, pretty much exactly the same. This is on 40 count Picture This Plus. What is this? Legacy, maybe? Yeah, it's on 40 count. And I probably didn't stitch on this because it was a little harder to see than 36 with my eye surgery, but I think I probably will be okay. So, the only other thing that I worked a little bit on this month was Mrs. Campbell, and I will show you that one. This is Mrs. Campbell by Hands Across the Sea. And I love their charts because, and I always buy them as PDFs because what's great about them is she releases them and she has a choice where you can download them as one single chart, and the entire chart is just all on one page, and you just blow up certain parts and you don't have to worry about going page by page. I love stitching that way. It's amazing. So I did some alphabet stitching on this one. And guess what? I have to rip it out because I'm off. So I put it away. That's what I did with Winter Rose Manor. I put it away. As soon as I finish Winter Rose Manor, I'll get this out again. It's just so annoying. So it's beautiful. I love it, but I need to learn to count better. It's on 40 count, to be fair, so I shouldn't beat myself up about it. So anyway, I think it seems to me that I've put away the 40 count stitching until my eyes are all fixed. Here are the flosses for Mrs. Campbell. They are stunning. Stunning with this linen. And the linen is, oh, the linen. And the reason why I started this project was because I wanted to use the linen. This was my club piece from Legacy Fiber Arts and Treehouse Fiber Arts. They're doing a every 3 months club, and I think this is Old North Church, I'm pretty sure. And all of their linens are named after New England landmarks and places. And I wanted to try the linen, and I love it. It's gorgeous. I should be getting my April shipment soon, and I got a here's the linen. I got a fat half this time of 40 count. So we shall see what I'm going to put on that, but yeah, that's fun. So that is all that I have been stitching on, and I wanted to let you guys know I had a giveaway last time. I had some fabric to give away, a piece of fabric and a chart, and those people didn't contact me. So I'm going to call out your names one more time and contact me, and I will send that chart and the fabric out. So was this beautiful 32 count shale, and the winner of that is Susan Edwards. So Susan, contact me. If I don't hear from you by the next time I record, I will redraw. And I also had this Cats and Dogs, Pet All the Dogs sampler by Teresa Kogut, and the winner of that is Pamela Watts. So send me an email at samplerstyleflosstube@gmail.com, and I will get these prizes out to you. So to end up this episode, I thought I would show you some charts that I do not have kitted up yet. I don't have too many. I'm trying not to buy that many charts. I mean, it's really hard, especially with beautiful ones coming out at market, but I'll show you some things that I have. This next one is ridiculous. I want to stitch it so bad, but it's, again, gigantic, and it will take me years. So this is Dutch Beauty. And I have started kitting it up. I'm going to stitch it. I'm changing every color. I'm darkening some of them. I am making some of them brighter. I'm going to stitch it on a darker linen, and I'm changing everything. So that's going to be crazy. I don't have the linen yet. I ordered some linen from Needle and Flax, and no rush on that linen because it's going to take forever for me to do this, and I'm not ready to start it. So stay tuned. All right. I love this one. This is Redwork Sampler Pin Keep by Stacy Nash. And it's really, really pretty. I like how it's long. I have 7 red alphabets, and I put some 103 floss in there to work that one up. And this is SWA 103, what number? 601. Beautiful bright red. So, I don't even know if I have enough, but I can always get more of that. This one I am dying to start. This would be a really nice spring stitch. I have some of the flosses for it. This is another one by Teresa Kogut, Come to the Garden. Oh, I love this. I think this was her last year's release. They didn't have market last year, but they had it online, and this is it. It's so pretty. I love my garden. I have this Winds of Autumn book by Blackbird Designs. Gorgeous charts in here. I have some of them marked. I love this strawberry. So pretty. And there's another. This one on the cover, this October 31st. I love that too. I have another from Blackbird, Sisters, and this sampler. I've seen it done. It's beautiful. I love those fall colors. Those are my colors. The oranges and the greens, beautiful. And there's some other beautiful pieces in here. There's a Christmas one, Peace and Plenty. I'm not so into the Christmas stitching, but I do enjoy the fall stitching. This one, this is an old chart. Exemplars from the Heart, When the Calling Birds Sing. I love those weeping willow trees and all the animals at the bottom. This is quite a endeavor. So Vicki Clayton has a silk pack for this, which I would love to get, but I am resisting. This was released last year, M&A 1853. I thought this would be a fun, quick stitch. It's not that big. I've seen it done, and it's really nice. And I've showed you, I started a piece from here. I started this one. This is a Blackbird Cast a Spell book. I started that one, and it's in progress, and I love it. So that's it. That's pretty much all I have between the kits I showed you. Oh, here's all the flosses that I got for Come to My Garden. And I need some fancy floss for that, so I just have to order it or go to my LNS and get it. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's all I have. I'm trying not to collect too much more because I'm not that fast of a stitcher really, and I want to finish up the pieces I have started. And I'm thinking in May, some people do mania where they start something every day. That is not me at all. So I have some pieces that you've seen before. I think I'm going to pick those up and finish them. So the Blackbird pin, little pin keep, this would take me a day. So I'm going to finish that. I'm going to finish my modern folk embroidery, The Hound and the Hare. That's only going to take me a couple weeks, I think, to finish. And I think I have some other, I think I'm going to do some other smalls that I have started. I think I have Little Red Work Pin Keep by Stacy Nash that I'd like to finish. And then I have another, I think I have a teapot marking sampler that I could probably at least get started. So I think that's what I'm going to do in May. So my plans now are I'm going to finish up Winter Rose Manor and start stitching on catching up with Modern Folk Embroidery's 2022 Sal. So that's probably going to take me most of April, to be honest. And then in May, do those little smalls. And in between, I'd like to maybe work on Gott and get her finished by the summer, and then do some fall stitching. All right. So again, thank you all so very much for joining me. I'm going to try and record a little more often. It's been a little crazy. I've had a lot of surgeries this year. One to go. So that's going to be good. And I love recording these. I love editing them for you. And let me know what you want to see. I think next time I record, or soon, I'm going to record my favorite stitching, things I like to use when I stitch. And I'm fairly new, so I'm coming at it maybe with fresh eyes. I don't know. In the meantime, stitch something beautiful and cheers.